What is up, guys? Welcome back to the I Have Spoken podcast. Today we are missing a member. We are missing Hall of Fame Bandit, but that is alright. We'll be talking about some Star Wars topics recently in the news. Keep in mind, I am not an expert at this whole Star Wars stuff. I've only been a fan of Star Wars recently, like a year ago, but I know a decent amount. Today we're just going to be grazing over some topics. So yeah, first topic, very big in the news. I feel like every Star Wars fan is watching this. Obviously, if you don't have Disney Plus, rest in peace. I feel bad for you. You need Disney Plus, please. If you are a Star Wars fan, get Disney Plus. I'm just saying that. Anyway, Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It has returned for the seventh season. It is very good so far. So the first episode, we had the Bad Batch. They had this whole storyline with the troopers and Cody and Rex. It was pretty damn good. I loved it. And Anakin was there. It was just good. Bring back old memories of the Clone Wars. And then we had this arc with Ahsoka. She crash landed on the underworld. And practically there was two sisters. They were kind of like hustlers. Like the older sister was like doing like bad stuff just to get money, so they could survive. It was, I wasn't the biggest fan of the storyline, to be honest. I did like Ahsoka's role in it, definitely, but I feel like it could have been shorter, It was I feel like it was a little bit too long. They kind of milked it a little bit too much, but it was a good storyline. I'm not going to spoil it because you guys can go watch it. I feel like maybe in the next podcast we will do like full detail, all this stuff. Okay, now we move on to the 9th episode, which is very good. I love that episode. Now the 10th episode. The 10th episode was my favorite. The Phantom Apprentice was the best. I feel like one of the best Star Wars content we have gotten in a long time. Definitely. Including the trilogy that came out. It is so good. We had Ray Parks. He was doing the motions for Darth Maul when they had Darth Maul and Ahsoka. They fought with the Siege of Mandalore. It was very good. I loved it. I feel like any Star Wars geek, any Star Wars fan out there is gonna love that fight. It's gonna be one of the best fights. I feel like it's gonna go down in history books for sure. And it's animation, so it's making big steps for animation for sure. So we move on, to the 11th episode, which I don't even know how to get started on this episode. I feel like Shattered is like the embodiment of Star Wars, but it's like it has like a kind of tint on it. It's very good. It's like Star Wars, but it's kind of like a futuristic in a sense. Because the music in there, we don't really hear that type of music. It was very good. It was something different. I feel like a lot of Star Wars fans, they enjoyed it for sure. I know I enjoyed it. It was kind of on this uphill kind of spiral with the whole time. It was like so good. It was leading up to episode 12. Obviously, this might be a spoiler, I don't know, but you guys should all know if you know the timeline. Order 66 does happen in Shattered, episode 11. It does happen, and it's very good to see how Ahsoka, handled the whole thing and whatever. But you guys have to go watch it yourself to actually get the full understanding of what I'm talking about. So I just wanted to glaze over that topic because I didn't want to spoil it too much for you guys. But yeah, that is Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That is what is pretty much happening. So the next topic is very sad, personally, for me too, and for a lot of creators. Star Wars Battlefront is no longer having any more content updates. They are not supporting the game anymore. It's a lot of stuff we could talk about. I just want to say thank you to the developers at DICE. They put their heart and their soul into this game. It is clear to see that they didn't want to stop filming it. You could kind of see it. It was just sad. It was a sad moment for a lot of us Battlefront fans on the day. But yeah, I feel like it didn't need to go. I didn't feel like it It did not feel like the moment, because everybody knows that moment when something goes or leaves, you kind of know in your heart that it was meant to happen, you know? Everything happens for a reason, but this, it didn't feel like it happened for a reason at all. Definitely the game, there's a lot of problems with it. There's still a lot of glitches out there. Here's some glitches. Just to glaze over them real quick. They're not really big, but they do need to be fixed. The Emperor, his new appearance is very good. It's from The Rise of Skywalker. He has his robes and he has the red tint in the middle. He has like a belt around. It goes fully around him. It makes him look a lot more sleek. But it does have a glitch. If you are not the Emperor and you see him spinning around or just moving around, his cape will stretch out like really big. It's honestly, it looks kind of sick, but it shouldn't be in the game. Yeah, but another thing that people do not like is the 5,000 kill wall for Darth Maul. Practically, if you want to get his new skin, Old Master, it's not the best skin, but it is a skin at all. At least we got a skin for him. But we have been begging for skins for a long time for Darth Maul. Personally, I don't mind the skin. It has his robot legs. It is from Rebels, and it has like very tight shirt. Yeah, he kind of looks like a bicycle. Like he's like a bicycle rider or something. I don't know. It just looks weird, but you can see his arms. It looks sick. I feel like it looks sick and it looks weird at the same time, but footage of him in the actual game looks very sick. It has the lightsaber too. It's good. It's a good skin. The only thing I have a problem with is the 5,000 kills in order to get it. So, as soon as the skin came out, the kills got reset. You need to get 5,000 kills from that point onwards to unlock the Old Master Maul. And you can't do it offline. You can't. You have to do it all online. You can only do it on co-op, supremacy, like all online modes pretty much. Yeah, it's bad, but Ben, I'm pretty sure, one of the developers, they said that they are looking into this issue, which is a very good sign. So yeah, I reckon they should lower it to 1,000 kills, 2,000 kills. I reckon that would be good, because you don't want it to be too low, because people will complete it too quick. And we're not going to have any more updates, so we might as well have it at least 1,000, so we have a little bit of time to grind, you know. But 1,000 kills, I feel like that's reasonable, definitely. So yeah, yeah. Also, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of creators for Battlefront, they are suffering. Not suffering. They are just very sad. I feel like that's their living. Like a lot of living, they made their living off of Battlefront. And with no warning, nothing, it just kind of ended. So, yeah, that's like having a job you've been doing for 4 years. You've been working at this job, been getting good money for it. You know, you love the whole community there. You love all the workers. And then with no warning, with no 2-week warning of the job shutting, just shuts down right like that. You got to go find a new one, you know. So, I feel very bad for all of the creators. I send all my best wishes for them. So yeah, that's kind of the Battlefront scene at the moment. It isn't the best. It's not looking the best. For my personal opinion on it, I love playing Battlefront. I played it so much. It was just so good. Everything about it was good. Yeah. It's just sad, man. It's just really, I just feel like it's empty. When I play the game, it's just missing something, you know? I feel like everybody can agree with that. It's just empty, you know? It's kind of left in this empty void of nothingness, and yeah, it's not right. So hopefully in the future, maybe they'll come back to it. I don't know. The backlash that they're getting is pretty unreal, but I don't think so. It's more of the higher up people who are like canceling this out. So yeah, they are. I'm pretty sure they're working on Battlefield 5 or 6. Correct me there. I'm not really in the Battlefield scene necessarily. I didn't really play those games too much. So yeah. Okay, so May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. It's coming up very soon. I'm pretty sure for Australia, it's in 2 more days. In Disney Plus, they are releasing Rise of the Skywalker. they're not having a celebration in Australia. I don't think so. They probably will though, but they're having a celebration in a different country. I don't know where, but they probably won't even do a celebration because this whole quarantine stuff. By the way, leave in the comments if there are any comments, if there is in YouTube, what you're doing in quarantine. But if it's on Spotify, I don't know, don't do anything. So yeah, Rise of Skywalker is coming out on Disney Plus. So if you want to go check that out, definitely go check it out. It's very good. Oh no, just go check it out. I don't know what your opinion is on the movie. I reckon I don't really want to dive into that section. We can talk about that in other podcasts, but definitely it's definitely not good, but it's not bad. So that's all I'm going to say about it. We do move on to, what is it? Okay, we can just talk about The Mandalorian. I feel like we can talk about The Mandalorian. So, The Mandalorian, I'm pretty sure it's coming out later on this year. I think November or December. I could be wrong. Correct me on that. But it is very, very good. Obviously, you guys have watched The Mandalorian. Hopefully, you guys have watched The Mandalorian. If you haven't watched what are you doing? Like, honest, I'm really confused. If you made it this far in the podcast, you obviously like Star Wars. So why haven't you watched The Mandalorian? Okay, anyway, you probably have. But if you have watched The Mandalorian, you obviously know it's a very good show. It's very good. Everything about it, it's directed good. The film quality is good. The characters are good. Baby Yoda's good. Obviously, that's why I love it, because it's a Star Wars show. So Star Wars fans are gonna watch it either way. But non-Star Wars fans, obviously the big thing about Baby Yoda, is gonna bring non-Star Wars fans to watch it. And we might get even more Star Wars fans. I feel like it can definitely embrace the Star Wars culture a lot. I feel like it's very good, it's very revolutionary. And yeah, it's like one of the first really good actual full-fledged, it's like a movie. Like the budget they put into this is unreal. You can go search that up. It's an unreal budget. Obviously Disney just gave good directors, gave a lot of money, and yeah, they just made a great show. So yeah. Anyway, the new season, we were left off with, I forgot his name. I'm sorry, I very forgot his name, but he's the guy with the black saber. He obviously cuts his way out the ship, and yeah, I forgot his name. I'm very sorry. I haven't watched it in a long time. Obviously, Mando and Yoda. I think they're going to find out more about what Yoda is, and they don't necessarily know about the Force. There's a lot of possibilities. They could meet Luke. They could meet Ahsoka, because they're all in the timeline. Ahsoka does live up to 200 years old, and she was alive in Rise of Skywalker. It is confirmed. But yeah, it's very good. The potential for this show is unreal. It could be one of the best shows ever, and it already is one of the best shows ever for Star Wars. So yeah, I'm very excited for the new season. Yeah, definitely. Talking about Disney Plus shows, Kenobi. Kenobi is a thing we've been waiting for a long time, but it has been postponed because Kathleen Kennedy, I don't know if it's confirmed or not, I've been told from a friend, she wants to put her own intel on the story, which is not a good sign. A very bad sign. Hopefully, she doesn't put too much detail, but I'm pretty sure they are reworking the story, which is, I don't know if you can take that as a good thing or a bad thing. We can't really do anything about it if we're going to take it. So, yeah, they are working on that. They haven't started filming yet, I don't think so. So, yeah, I'm very excited for the Kenobi. I've heard there's a lot of potential, definitely. Like, they could expand on survivor's guilt. They could expand on a lot of stuff with Kenobi, because ObiWan Kenobi is such an interesting character. Like, and Ewan McGregor, I think is, yeah, I might have pronounced that wrong, I'm very sorry, but yeah, he's very good. He's very good. He's like the definition of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and obviously he's a tiny bit older now. They will make him look very, very good in the movie. I feel like it's just gonna be so good. Or not in the movie, in the TV show. The TV show is gonna definitely erupt when it comes out. It's definitely gonna be good. I believe it might be 4 episodes or it might be 6 episodes. I've heard that they will maybe be putting it down to 4 episodes. But yeah, that's all I know about it so far. I just feel like there's a lot of potential that I could definitely do with the Kenobi series. The next thing we move on to is how I became a Star Wars fan. It's very a boring story. Pretty much, I wasn't really like brought up to a big Star Wars fan. I did grow up as a Star Wars fan. I did watch all the movies, obviously. I feel like every kid watched the movies. Yeah, so I reckon how I really became like a true Star Wars fan was about last year. Obviously, Hall of Fame Bandit. He's been a big Star Wars fan all of his life. You know, his dad's a big ass Star Wars fan, so yeah, it's very good. Yeah, he pretty much taught me a lot of everything about Star Wars. Yeah, it was good because at the time, like, I knew Star Wars. I watched it. I liked it. I didn't know the lore of Star Wars. I didn't know a lot of stuff about Star Wars. But now I definitely know a lot more. I'm not saying that I'm a big Star Wars fan. I'm a big Star Wars fan. But I'm not a big one. Yeah, but I love everything about Star Wars. I love the lore. I love the characters. Everything about it. I know decent enough. I just forget. I tend to forget, like, the little things, like the names and all that. But I remember, like, the big and important things. So, yeah, that's pretty much how I became a Star Wars fan. It wasn't really that good. Yeah, it's just kind of a boring story. Josh just kind of told me about it. And I just started doing a bunch of research. Got very interested in Star Wars lore. And, yeah. So, I feel like we kind of glazed. And we kind of talked about a lot of Star Wars topics. I will be, so if you don't want to listen to my personal life, I will be starting to talk about what I've been doing in my quarantine. And, yeah, pretty much, that's what I'm going to be talking about. So, that's what I'm going to be talking about now. So, if you don't want to listen to that, you can click off whatever. But we have glazed over Star Wars topics. Future episodes, we'll be doing more in-depth Star Wars content because we will have Hall of Fame Bandit on the podcast, and it'll be very good. He knows a lot more about Star Wars, so I'm sorry if I got anything wrong so far, but I'm not the most knowledgeable, okay? Now, in quarantine, I have been doing nothing, and I feel like everybody can agree that we've been doing absolutely nothing, so... But it's a little bit different for me. We were forced out to move out of our house, because the owners just wanted to sell the house. We didn't do anything bad. They just wanted to sell the house. So we moved up to a new house. This house has a yard. We were previously living in like a very modern house. It just had a small yard. We moved into a decently house. It's not modern, but it's not old. It's like right in the middle. And it has a nice big yard. It has a flat like patio. And we have a basketball hoop out there, and it's very good, very good. I personally enjoy it because I'm an outside person, and yeah, I get to play basketball all the time. And yeah, so we just moved in a bunch of the furniture today. It's very good. It has aircon, obviously. But yeah, and I'm pretty sure I go back to school this week. It's either I go back to school or I borrow one of their laptops from the school because I don't actually have a laptop yet. It is pretty much broken, so I can't do any schoolwork there. So yeah, that's pretty much a lot. Yeah, I don't know what to necessarily talk about. There's not too much to talk about. So yeah, I'll just say this is definitely the first podcast. It's not the best podcast, but it is a podcast. I guess it is over 10 minutes, so I'll just leave it here. I'm very sorry for how poorly produced this podcast is. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. In the next podcast. I'm just used to saying video because obviously go check out the Hall of Fame Productions channel. We haven't posted for 7 months, but you can go check it out. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, and I'll see you in the next podcast. See y'all.